Week 1. Understanding anxiety without shame. In this first lesson, we have 3 primary objectives. Hello, and welcome to Week 1 of Overcoming Anxiety in Later Life, a faith-based and scientific approach for seniors. If you've noticed that anxiety seems stronger now than it was years ago, you're not imagining it, and you're certainly not alone. Many faithful Christians ask, "Why am I so anxious? Does this mean my faith is weak?" Today, we'll discover that the answer is no. Our goal this week is simple: to replace shame with understanding. Before we can learn how to overcome anxiety, we must first understand what it is. Let's begin with science. As we grow older, life changes. Retirement, health concerns, the loss of loved ones, financial uncertainty, changes in memory, and reduced independence can all increase anxiety. Your brain is trying to protect you. One important part of the brain, the amygdala, works like an alarm system. When it senses danger, it prepares your body to react. That alarm is helpful during real danger, but sometimes it keeps ringing even when no immediate threat exists. This is why you may feel anxious before a doctor's appointment, after hearing difficult news, or even while sitting quietly at home. Anxiety is not simply all in your head. It affects your thoughts, your body, your emotions, and your relationships. Now let's turn to Scripture. One of the greatest misunderstandings among Christians is believing that anxiety automatically means weak faith. Yet the Bible tells a very different story. David cried out in fear. Elijah became exhausted and overwhelmed. Jeremiah lamented. Even Jesus experienced deep anguish in the Garden of Gethsemane. Notice something important. God never rejected them because they struggled. Instead, He met them in their weakness. When God repeatedly says, "Do not fear," He is not scolding His people. He is comforting them. Most of the time, those words are followed by a promise, "For I am with you." That changes everything. Science helps us understand why anxiety happens. Faith reminds us that we never face it alone. This course will always bring those 2 perspectives together. We do not have to choose between biblical truth and scientific understanding. God is the creator of both our bodies and our souls. Understanding how the brain works does not diminish our faith. It helps us care wisely for the whole person God created. We'll discover how the brain and faith work as companions. Before we finish, I'd like to give you your first practice. Whenever anxiety appears this week, pause and say these 3 sentences. This is anxiety. God is near. I can take one faithful step. Notice what happens. Instead of fighting anxiety immediately, simply recognize it. Then remember God's presence. Finally, ask yourself what one faithful next step looks like. Perhaps it's praying. Perhaps it's taking a slow breath. Perhaps it's calling someone you trust. Small steps practiced consistently become lasting transformation. In our next lesson, we'll explore why anxiety is not a moral failure and how God's presence can actually calm both the heart and the nervous system. Until then, remember this: you are not weak. You are not forgotten. God is with you. Thank you for being part of this first week. I look forward to our next journey together. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. God is with you. Next up, Lesson 2: Calm for the heart and nervous system.